Welcome to the Vulnerable Room. Hey everybody, and welcome on back to yet another episode of the Vulnerable Room podcast. I am your lovely host, Darnique, and we are winding down with season 4. We have one more episode after this, and it's a wrap. Before I dive into today's topic, I just want to catch you guys up to speed on what's been going on with my life. So my little big sister, she passed her NCLEX. Shout out to you, KK. You did that. We celebrated her graduating. But since she officially passed her NCLEX, she has been celebrating all summer. And I love that for her. I'm so proud of you once again, Kay. Continue to keep shining. Continue to keep striving for greatness. Your big sis is super, super, super proud of you. I love you. So, as some of you may know, last year, around this time, I went to Vincy, Mass. And I went again this year. And I had such a phenomenal time. It was nothing but great vibes from the touchdown. I want to shout out my good sis Menica. I want to shout out my good sis Crystal, Shine, Naji. You guys have made this trip one for the books. We were even able to carve out a day to be like, tourists and relax. We went to Beckway. That was great. And after that, things started picking up. We were going from fete to fete to fete to fete to fete. And let me go back. On the touchdown, we was able to meet the Prime Minister. That was unexpected. And also picking up our costumes. We played with oxygen masks, by the way. Seamless. Chef kiss. Like, you didn't play mass with oxygen. Like, did you even play mass at all? Like, I said this before and I'm gonna say it again because best customer service ever. Special shout outs to We Are Phoenix Mass because that costume was the best costume I ever had in all my 5 years of playing mass. The quality, the color, the details, amazing. Worth every penny. Shout out to Carnival Glam World Tour. That was an experience within itself. It's a beauty hub for Pretty Mas or maybe Monday Jump or whatever. But it's a beauty hub where from the time you walk in, the customer service is amazing. They greet you with a mimosa or tea, water, whatever you want, and a snack of your choice. Once they check you in, you sit down and you wait for your makeup artist. My makeup artist name was Onika, and she beat my face. I wanted a nice, soft, calm glam, and my makeup stayed on all day in that heat. Okay. And not only do they provide makeup services, they also provide shuttle service to get from the hub to road. They also do help you get dressed for road too. And that's super appreciative because putting on your costume, especially when you're by yourself, is a headache. So again, shout out to Carnival Glam World Tour. Shout out to my makeup artist, Onika. Shout out to our cab driver, Kenny. Kenny was amazing from just, even before we stepped foot into Vincy, he was so professional, so organized. I'm gatekeeping my taxi driver. I don't care. He was super sweet, super funny, super patient. Kenny, we love you. Thank you so much for everything. Words cannot express how appreciative and thankful we are. Anything, and I mean anything we needed, he was able to assist. Okay. Shout out to you, Kenny. God bless you. Seriously. But the fetes were amazing. I have no complaints. The weather was great. Just the last few days it was hot, but that's, to be expected. But where there's heat, you could always find a nice island breeze. Um, yes, it was just good vibes. And there was a part of the trip that made, like, it was like the cherry on top of the cake. And I eventually will share that if things continue to go in a great direction. But other than that, I had such an amazing time. Shout out to my bestie Shy for introducing me to Vincy Mas. Like, from the music to the people, Vincentians don't party normal. They don't. There were some points I was scared. They had me playing with fire out there, y'all. Like, I was just out there doing anything because the vibes were on a million. I love it. I love places where you can go and it's like the foreigners, have to conform to what the locals do. Like, you're in their space, you're on their turf, you're in their territory now. Love it. Love it. Show me what y'all do. I want to drink what y'all drink. Let me eat what y'all eat. Like, that's honestly what vacations are about. Like, you go and you experiencing new places, new people, new things, and yeah, give it a try. Life is short, you know what I mean? So yeah, definitely would love to go back. I'm hooked. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm a little hooked. Vincy, you will forever have my heart. Boom boom. If you know, you know. Anywho, shout out to the Cancers out there. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to my two line sisters, Zena and Britt. May God continue to bless you, and may this chapter be one for the books. I pray that God grants you everything that your heart truly desires. So shout out to the lovely Cancers out there if you're listening. I know y'all about to wrap up the season, or is the season wrapped up already? Because I know Leo season is coming. So yes, happy birthday once again to the Cancers. And now we have some book reviews. Since the last time we spoke, I read about 3 books, and one of them was for the book club. So the first one, well, actually 2 were for the book club. Pardon. So one book was entitled Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. But this was book number 13 for me. Remember, my goal is 35 books this year, so we almost there, y'all. So this book, Hidden Pictures, was interesting and bizarre in the best way. This was a thriller book, by the way. Chapter 1 immediately pulls you into the main character's struggle and the build up to the plot twist. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. The creepy illustrations throughout the book were disturbing as hell. Definitely not a bedtime read. So if you're into thrillers, this one is for you. I loved unpacking this book with the book club, and I will honestly rate this book a 9 out of 10. Book number 14, The Teacher by Frida McFadden. So I finished this book on my plane ride, and let me just say, it threw me for a loop. I did not see the plot twist coming. The build up was it was amazing, and the characters were giving messy and secretive. I was side-eyeing everyone by chapter 10. So it's easy to see why The Teacher is one of Frida McFadden's popular reads. I will rate this book a 9 out of 10. 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. I did read this last year, but I reread it again because the book club selected this as our July read. So I gave it another read, I guess you can say, because the first time I read it, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't all the way there, but my rating still stands and my review still stands. So this was book number 15 for me. So this one was a real slow burn. It took me a minute to get into it, but eventually the pace picked up and I started feeling more connected to the characters. What stuck with me most wasn't even the love story. It was how the book dives deep into past trauma. You can't move forward without facing what hurt you. And the ending was okay. It wasn't amazing, but the book had some gems. It's not my favorite read, but definitely one I'm glad I finished. So I will rate this book a 7 out of 10. If you're interested in joining the book club, remember you can add the podcast page. Feel free to DM me, letting me know that you're interested, and I will add you to our book club chat. At the moment, I haven't received any messages for the Room for Advice segment. So guys, as I explained before, Room for Advice is a new segment here on the Vulnerable Room podcast. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, any topics you want to discuss, receive advice for, feel free to record your message by simply going to the podcast Instagram page and click on the link that says Speak Pipe, and you can simply record your message, and I promise you I will get it, I will hear it, and I will share it with everyone else the next episode. Feel free to remain anonymous if you don't want anyone to know it's you spilling the tea, okay? But yes, Room for Advice was created for you. It's my way of connecting with the listeners. So take advantage, y'all. I like the messages. The messages were very fun to receive this season, and it touched my heart in many ways. So let's keep it going. Let's keep the ball rolling. First of all, thank you for being here. Whether if you listen since season 1 or you're just joining me this season, thank you for sitting in this space with me, for listening, for feeling, for reflecting. Today's episode is entitled, This Season Didn't Look Like I Thought It Would. This episode is going to feel like a heart-to-heart, not rushed, not polished, just real. Because if I'm being honest, this season didn't look like I thought it would. Not just the podcast season, but the life season I was walking through while recording it. And I want to talk about that. I think we all, at some point, imagine how our year is going to go. We set intentions, we make plans. For me, I had this idea of alignment, of flow, of feelings like things were finally clicking into place. But then life did what life does. I got into a car accident the end of December, and it was more than just a scary moment. It was a pivot point. Everything stopped, literally, mentally, emotionally, even financially. My sense of direction, my trust in timing, my sense of control, and the accident forced me into a place I hadn't planned on being, moving back home. Moving back home, and even saying that now, it still stirs something in me. Planning my move back home isn't a failure, but it feels like a rewind, if I must be honest. And when you're someone who's used to pushing forward, always working on the next thing, moving back can feel like standing still. But what I realized is sometimes standing still is where the healing happens. The slowing down, the pause, it wasn't punishment, it was redirection. But when you're in it or about to experience it, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like grief. It feels like, why now? It feels like you're behind while everyone else is moving forward. Planning my move back home is forcing me to sit with some things I had been running from. Old patterns, old wounds, old versions of me that I thought I had outgrown. But healing doesn't just come from moving forward. Sometimes it comes from circling back with more awareness. And woo child, I am becoming more aware. I had to redefine what progress looked like. I had to learn how to honor my capacity. I wasn't as productive. I wasn't always inspired. Some days I feel isolated, but this season taught me how to be soft with myself, how to grieve dreams I thought would have happened by now, and how to find peace even when the picture looked nothing like the vision board. One thing that I had to learn is that not all growth is loud. Sometimes your biggest accomplishments don't come with applause, like setting boundaries you used to avoid, letting go of someone who couldn't love you well, saying no without guilt, crying and still getting out of bed the next day. Those are wins too. And for me, showing up for this podcast, even when I didn't feel 100%, is a win. Every episode I recorded was a reminder that even in a season of uncertainty, I'm still capable of showing up in truth. And maybe that's what this space is all about. Not perfection, but presence. So now I want to turn the mic back to you. What didn't go the way you thought it would this season? What curveball did life throw at you? And more importantly, what did it teach you? Maybe your plans changed. Maybe someone you thought would be in your corner wasn't. Maybe you felt stuck or tired or invisible, but you're still here. You're still trying. And I don't think we give ourselves enough credit for that. If you're a journaling type, here are a few prompts to close your own season. Ask yourself, what am I grieving that I haven't said out loud? What versions of me emerged during this season? What can I celebrate even if no one else sees it? I don't know what the next season of The Vulnerable Room will look like, and I don't know exactly what my next chapter will be either. But what I do know is this: I'm not rushing it. I'm not rushing clarity or healing or alignment. I'm choosing to move with intention, with softness, with trust. Because even though this season didn't look like I thought it would, it still grew me. And maybe that was the point all along. Thank you for being here, for listening to my words, for letting me be vulnerable in real time. This season was different, but it was necessary. I'll be back when it's time and when it feels right. In the meantime, I hope you protect your peace. I hope you honor your softness. And I hope you remember you're not behind. You're unfolding. This is The Vulnerable Room, y'all. Stay soft, stay strong, stay true. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Come on, y'all. We know these combos ain't for the faint. Thank you for listening to the Vulnerable Room podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, head on over to Anchor or Spotify to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Follow at The Vulnerable Room on Instagram or visit thevulnerableroom.com for the latest tea. See you next time. Love you all and have a great week.